Hey guys, Knights here and welcome to the series 3 of Unreal Engine 4 Basic Graphic Interface Sensual series. Today what we'll be making is that making up our quality and the anti-aliasing to sync with the player and the scene to able to change from the low settings to epic. In this part we'll be actually making a 5 more variables to get started. So let's get started. Welcome back. Today what we'll be making is that quality and anti-aliasing things which can be ready from the low to the epic. As if right now we have a working value of 15 to 144. Now what we'll be making is that when I hit P, the quality settings is not changing. So what I'm going to do is just go over to the your content and open up the option menu, option quality. Inside that option quality, if you look at that, in the quality you have a button. Click that button. Now if you notice that the button, when I click that button, it's not selected. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to inside the hierarchy and select the button and go to the event and click the on click event. Here what I will be doing is that creating a 2 of variables and a 1 for the single variable, then another 2 for the anti-aliasing things. Now what we'll be doing is just create one variable, call this as a graphics quality. And we need to go over to the boolean and change it to text and to arrays to make it an array, and make another variable, call this as a quality. Now go ahead and create another variable of type integer and call this as a quality index. Now here in this one we will be making a integer and a from the array you need to change with the single variable. After this done, make sure you compile and save this and get over to your graphics quality. You will be seeing that here you will have a 0 arrays element. You need to create a 3 of them and call a low, then a medium, then high, epic. After this done, then go ahead and open, click the quality of our in the text box and click this 3 more 0 to 4 more box, which make sure you do the same, that all dot screen, capital S screen, then capital P percentage space 25. I will go and copy this really quick and paste it here and change the value to about a 50 and then to 75 and 100. Now select the quality variable and make sure you compile and save and set it to 2. From here what we'll be doing is that after we click the button, what we'll be doing is that we will be setting the quality index, get the reference, and I get graphics quality reference. Now make sure you add this to a integer minus, so actually we will be subtracting it and clamp it together. Then as for the graphics quality, we need a length and a subtracting by 1 and connect this to the maximum node. After this, get the quality index, set it here and connect the return node and a button on click node. After this, go back to the design and select the under the quality settings, select the right side button and click the on click event and go and do the same here. As take the quality and get it, and not quality but the graphics and the graphics quality index, then this time you need to add it. Clamp it together to the maximum value and then set the quality index settings and to the quality index, then on click even to the your return node. Now let's name the this already created a to FPS1 for our bindings. Now what we'll be doing is getting back to our binding here in the our text, go and create bindings here, stretch this a little bit and we have a nice little space. Now for our binding, what we'll be doing is that dragging the graphics quantity and getting the reference and the quality index. Now here we'll be actually getting the reference to the text and a integer and adding to our return node. Compile and save. If I go back to the engine and play it, and if I hit play, you will be notice that it works. But if you look at that again, the same problem, it does not update in the scene. What we'll be doing is that we'll be opening up the scene here, option quality settings, and go to the event graph node, and in here let's make this as a quality settings. Now if you look at this, we have, if you look at the first of FPS settings, we have create the execute command. Let's duplicate this, copy and paste it. Now let's go back here and connect the our quality settings, and then what we'll be doing is that we need to connect this set of the quality index which has been added over here and here subtracted, which means that whenever we increment or decrement, it should work fine. Well, now if you look at this, we have used the FPS and a quality and a FPS index. Now over here, what will be getting the reference is that we'll be actually getting the quality index, then the quality which we have made. Now what we'll be doing is that we'll be getting the reference and adding the quality index, then now joining the quality index to the command. This text changes to string. Now compile and save, and if I go back to the engine, if you notice that if I play and if I move over here and hit P and change this, it now what had happened in here is, if you look at this, if I change it, it does not do anything, which means that we did some mistake. I'm going to open the option quality and inside the graph, if whether we'll be making some let's see the graphic quality. It's correct, but quality for this we made a statement wrong, as we see that R dot the screen, then the percentage, not SC. Just go ahead and change that to C. Now it should work fine. Compile and save it, close this and play. You will be plus P and press P, and now just change the settings from low to high, which actually thus affects that scene pops over here. Now what we'll be making is that our anti-aliasing stamp. Just go ahead and open up that and click the anti-aliasing button and open in the on click even node. Now here in this pop-up menu of a variable, just click another variable, call this as a AntiAliasing and change it for the variable type to a text and a arrays. Then create another variable call this as a index, and now just change it to a integer and single variable. Now just click the anti-aliasing text, make sure you compile and save before doing that, and click the another 3 of them and call all dot post process AA quality to set it to 0. Set this next to space and 1, then r underscore post process AA quality, and then 2, then same thing to here. Go ahead and compile and save this, and make sure you turn this value in the integer to 2. Now get the reference from the quality graphics quality and get it on the anti-aliasing. Then actually doing the same stuff like integer, negative integer, then for this the length, and then the same thing. I'm going to copy this almost and just paste it here, and then a clamping together to the maximum node, and then we need a anti-in to set that here and add the return node, then on click button even to the set anti-align index. Now go back to the designer and get the second button reference. Here it's a right button, get that reference and add the similar thing. What I'm going to do, actually I'm going to copy and paste this here, and actually just setting this and changing one value which is decrementing. Now we need to add it, so integer added to the value node. Now the one single thing we need to do is that execute it with the execute command is the important to execute them. So add it over here, and now what we'll be needing will be require is that we need a get anti-align index, then a anti-align itself. Now add it to a reference, so get reference and added the index in a way that it just connects the console command. Now I will go now over to this and name this really quick for anti-aliasing settings. Then what we'll be doing is, before we starting into the binding, is that we need to make this as a quality 1, because we need to make an order of that. Like, go back to the designer view, make sure you compile and save it every time you just change it, and make sure you now you have to go to the text and create bindings. In the bindings, make sure you name here without fail, because it does something when you offer make a large stuff. So after this making, you have to get a reference to the anti-aliased index, get that, and a graphics quality. Now just add it, get it to the reference and add it in this case, and attach this to the return node, and go and compile and save this. Before getting this done, one thing we didn't do here is go and open the event graph. Make sure it does the same thing, because this creates an error. As if for right here we have just created a increment and a decrement variable. Actually we did the attach this to the console, and the subtraction and the addition of that does the major role here. In this one, we have in this anti-aliasing settings, we have added here, but we didn't add this. Make sure you add this here and compile and save it. Close this one and play. Hit play. You will be, if I hit P, you can change this settings as it change in the background. Actually, we have pretty much done we need to do with the settings, shadow, and the post processing will be in the next upcoming videos. Anyway guys, that's pretty much everything. If you like it, then hit that like button. If you dislike it, you know what to do, then consider subscribing. Make sure you hit that bell icon to enable the future notifications, and be awesome, keep creating. Nihal Knights EDU signing out.
This video is made possible by my supporters on the Dreadeye. If you want more videos like this, then check out my Dreadeye page, is in the link in the description. To stay up to date on my new releases, make sure you have follow me on my social media.